It's about Princess Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, and how she managed to become Queen Elizabeth's absolute favorite without anyone really noticing. I'm talking about a bond so special that it literally saved the monarchy from its own drama. Buckle up, Royal Cookies fam, because this story is about to flip everything you thought you knew about the royal pecking order. Welcome back to Royal Cookies, where we serve up the juiciest royal gossip with a side of heart-wrenching humanity. Please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Look, we all know the royal family has more layers than a wedding cake at a Kardashian event. But here's the thing, while everyone was watching the Cambridge-Sussex soap opera unfold, Sophie was quietly becoming the Queen's emotional support system. And according to a bombshell new biography, their relationship was so much deeper than anyone realized. We're talking about cozy movie nights, shared passions, and a grandmother-granddaughter dynamic that would make the rest of the family green with envy. Let's rewind to the late 1990s. Sophie Rhys-Jones wasn't exactly what you'd call princess material by royal standards. She was a working woman, shocking, I know, running her own PR company and dating the Queen's youngest son, Edward. The press absolutely savaged her. They called her everything from ambitious to inappropriate. Classic British press. Really, because God forbid a woman have actual career goals. But here's where it gets juicy. While the tabloids were having a field day, Sophie was quietly winning over the one person who mattered most, Her Majesty herself. And it wasn't through grand gestures or royal protocol. It was through something far more powerful, authenticity. The Queen, bless her, had spent decades dealing with royal wives who either crumbled under pressure or caused more drama than a reality TV show. Enter Sophie, who looked at the whole situation and basically said, "Right, I'm going to be myself, and if that's not good enough, then tough biscuits." According to Sean Smith's explosive new biography, Sophie and the Queen had a tradition that sounds more like something you'd do with your own nan than the monarch of 14 countries. They'd pop round to Windsor Castle, because apparently, when you're royal, popping round means a 10-minute drive to an actual castle, and settle in for movie night. We're talking about proper British films here, the kind where Richard Todd or John Mills single-handedly win World War II with nothing but a stiff upper lip and impeccable pronunciation. The Queen absolutely loved these films. And Sophie? She was there for it. No phones, no protocol, just two women bonding over the fact that British cinema peaked somewhere around 1955. But it wasn't just movies. These two would spend hours poring over ancient documents in the Royal Archive. Now, I don't know about you, but most people would find medieval manuscripts about as exciting as watching paint dry. But Sophie? She genuinely loved it. She found the Queen's world fascinating, and the Queen found Sophie's enthusiasm refreshing. The biography describes Sophie as providing a comforting and calm presence to the Queen. In a family known for its drama, and let's be honest, the royals could give EastEnders a run for its money, Sophie became the eye of the storm. She was reliable, steady, and crucially, she didn't want anything from the Queen except her company. But here's where the story gets even more heartwarming and slightly heartbreaking. Sophie gave the Queen something she'd never really had before. This is where we need to talk about something that doesn't get mentioned enough. Queen Elizabeth missed out on a lot of normal family moments because, well, she was busy being the Queen. When Charles, Andrew, and Edward were small, she was constantly traveling, doing state visits, and basically being the face of the Commonwealth. She was a mother, yes, but she was also a monarch first. Fast forward to Sophie and Edward's children, Louise and James. Living near Windsor meant these kids had unprecedented access to their grandmother. And the Queen? She absolutely reveled in it. We're talking about a woman who would settle down to watch CBeebies with her grandchildren, specifically Mr. Tumble, for those keeping track. Can you imagine? The Queen of England, watching children's television and probably wondering why on earth Mr. Tumble needs so many spots. Louise was at St. George's School, literally around the corner from Windsor Castle. This meant she could pop round for tea with Granny after school. The Queen taught both Louise and James to ride, and Louise has since become accomplished in Prince Philip's favorite sport of carriage driving. It's like the Queen was finally getting to be the grandmother she'd always wanted to be. The most touching part? The Queen was intensely sympathetic to Sophie's struggles with fertility. For years, Sophie and Edward tried to have children, and the Queen was there through all of it. This created a bond between them that went far beyond the typical mother-in-law relationship. Here's what I absolutely love about Sophie. She didn't try to change the royal family to suit her. Instead, she dove headfirst into their world with the enthusiasm of someone who just discovered Netflix has a free trial. The biography reveals that Sophie made a deliberate effort to embrace the pursuits of her in-laws. This meant learning to shoot pheasant and grouse, because apparently, that's what passes for fun when you're royal. She learned to fish for salmon in the Scottish Highlands, probably while wearing the most practical yet somehow still elegant outfit you've ever seen. Now, I'm imagining Sophie, former PR executive, standing in a Scottish river at dawn, fishing rod in hand, thinking, this is my life now. And you know what? She was brilliant at it. She understood that to be part of this family, you had to participate in their traditions, even if those traditions involved getting up at ungodly hours to shoot things. But here's the clever bit. Sophie didn't just go through the motions. She genuinely enjoyed these activities. She found peace in the Scottish Highlands, she loved the tradition of it all, and she was good at it. If you're obsessed with royal strategy and environmental impact like I am, make sure you're subscribed to Royal Cookies because we're serving up the most sustainable royal content on YouTube. And remember, in a world full of fast fashion and royal scandals, sometimes the most revolutionary thing you can do is wear your values on your sleeve, preferably in a gorgeous shade of green. Sophie's proving that environmental activism isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become. Until next time, keep munching on those eco-friendly royal cookies.